everyone, welcome back. Kelsey the Counselor. This is 3 in a 3-part series all about narcissism. So if you haven't checked out the other videos, I definitely encourage you to. The first one is what is narcissism? The second one is all about gaslighting, which is a tactic used by a lot of covert narcissists. And the third one is what I can do. So often when we're in a relationship with somebody who is a narcissist, a platonic or romantic relationship, we can feel like we don't have any choice, any control. This person's in our life. What am I going to do? How am I going to feel okay? How is this ever a good thing? And narcissists tend to be a bit villainized in our life. I talked in the first video about how narcissists are actually very wounded. And that doesn't mean that their actions and behaviors are okay. It just gives us an understanding of what is going on for them. And so I still choose to interact with the narcissist in my life with dignity, respect, and with kindness. What do I do to keep myself safe? Holy smokes, do I have boundaries? Am I the most direct I am ever in my life with this person? And I'm really, really clear about what kind of behavior I will tolerate and I won't tolerate. I have also let go of expectations that this person will understand me. I have let go of expectations that I will ever have an apology or that I will be understood. I've also let go of any expectation that this person will change and that they're in my life indefinitely. And so even as I say those things, I can feel sadness, I can feel heaviness, and I can feel some grief. It is really sad in my world to have been hurt by this person on more than one occasion, to have significant distress about our relationship, and to know that we probably will never actually come together and find a way to be connected in an honest and loving, kind, mutually respectful way. Because that's my jam. That's what I like to do. And so it's such a challenge for me to have a more guarded, more boundaried, not just me and all my heart opening love for this person. It's really hard for me to contain that and to know that I might never have that with that person. At the same time, I try to keep an open mind that change may happen one day. I don't get attached to that idea, but I'm open if it does happen. So if I see change happening, it gives me a sense that, okay, something is going on for the better here. This person is maybe hearing some of the things that I'm saying and seeing that there is some difficulties and they might be doing some things in private that I don't know about in terms of self-reflection and are willing to try to do things differently. So it's tricky because I want to be open when I see change behavior, and yet I am untrustworthy and I am guarded and I am protective in this relationship to make sure that I keep myself and my own family safe. So it's this interesting dance. So the language that I've come to use around this person is that they are my teacher. So what can I do? I can interact with them as my teacher. Now, what do teachers do? Well, they teach us lessons and they help us learn. And so this person in my life has definitely taught me a lot. Maybe not things that I always wanted to learn, but for sure some life lessons have come through my interactions with this person. So if I keep that open mind and that learning attitude, it does help me because I depersonalize it a little bit, and it helps me do some own self-growth as well. I definitely have more than one Achilles heel. And so when my buttons get pushed, when my wounds get activated, I go, oof, ouch, that really hurt. But there's still some healing that can be done. There's some weakness there and some strengthening that can happen. I don't look at it through judgmental lenses, more of, okay, there's an opportunity here for me to gain some strength in this area. And who am I going to be when I come through this? So that's what I mean when I think of them as my teacher. When my wounds are exposed and I feel really tender, it's an opportunity for me to do some growing on my own. So that's one way I try to interact with this person, with a lens of depersonalizing and seeing them as my teacher. What else can I do? Practice Direct communication. For someone like myself who tends to be a little bit more subtle, this has been a learning opportunity. But when I'm really clear and direct, it can be really helpful because I can say, okay, no, that's not okay. Yes, this is okay. Oh, boundaries have been crossed, lines have been crossed. And so when I am really direct, there is no room for gray. I have to stand in a lot of strength when I do this to be really direct, but it does seem to actually work really well. Another thing is those wonderful boundaries. Boundaries. I guess I need a teacher for spelling too sometimes. So I talk a lot about boundaries. I think I have another YouTube video on it as well. And the boundaries are a two-way street often. So I can set a boundary, but then is the other person going to respect that boundary? And that's really what we need to have a successful interaction. But what happens when I set a boundary and that person isn't willing to respect it, and they overstep it this way, and they try this way, and they manipulate this way, and they try another angle? And so then I have to get more and more clear on what the boundary is, that it has been crossed, and that I'm not going to tolerate that. So the language I'm using is really clear, really firm, but it's not mean. That's definitely my way. I have to stay grounded and centered to make sure I'm in a place of strength and that I can set those clear boundaries. And I have to do follow-up on boundaries. I have to acknowledge when they've been crossed in the moment. Because if I let it go, well, guess what? I'm teaching this narcissist through my behavior that I'm okay if not everything I say is adhered to, is listened to. And I would like you to not do this, but if you do it, I'm not going to really stop you. So the boundaries have to be set, but they also have to have ongoing follow-up conversations along the way. Yeah, it can be exhausting, I know. If you have anyone else in your life that also has a relationship with this person that's more in alignment with you as like a healthy, balanced, well person, I would encourage you to talk to them, not to be nasty or gossip about the person that's the narcissist, but maybe to better understand, maybe to ally in, I'm no longer going to tolerate this behavior. Oh my gosh, me too. Okay, so now we have agreement and we have a bit more strength in numbers so that when we set a boundary, I know that this person's doing the same thing and we kind of have each other's backs. So finding a community and allies in that way to mutually stand up to this person can be really helpful because there is definitely strength in numbers. So it's not easy. It's definitely not easy to have someone in our life that has narcissistic tendencies. It can be really challenging and it can be ongoing. It can be draining. And even when they're not physically present, their energy can be present in our lives and kind of induce that anxiety or distress or, oh my gosh, what's going to happen when I tell them this? What's going to happen in the next interaction? And a really important thing I want you to know is that you're not crazy. Often in times with these relationships, because of the power dynamic that's enacted, we think that we're the ones doing everything wrong because this person's reacting so significantly and telling us we're doing something wrong. But if we're to step back and look at it with healthy, balanced, well eyes, we can see that that's probably not the case. And take a look at this person's life, remove yourself from it for a moment and take a look at this person's life. Do they have healthy, well-balanced relationships in their life? They might not know how to have healthy, well-balanced relationships in their life. And if you want to take that on, that's definitely up to you. That's something you can do. But what can I do? I can also through my actions, and actions are definitely going to be more powerful than words, but through my actions, I can demonstrate what it's like to have a healthy, balanced, well relationship. I can uphold kindness and mutual respect along the way, but that means respect for them and respect for myself. That means if a boundary is crossed, if I feel disrespected in the moment, I need to say something in the moment. I can't let it slide. So there's huge accountability and loads of work that can be done on ourselves through these interactions and these relationships, which is why they are our teachers. Maybe not the lessons you want to learn. And sometimes I tease that the world gives us packages. gives us gifts in very strange packages. And this is kind of one of those times where the world's giving us a gift, or giving me a gift, I'll speak for myself, of an opportunity to gain strength, to build resilience, to be really clear and direct. It's not something I usually do. And stay really grounded in my truth and who I am, and know that that's okay. So strange packaging, but definitely an opportunity and a gift can be given. So I hope that this was helpful. As always, you're welcome to hit that like button and that notification button, and you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. If you have any comments or questions, or you have someone in your life that's a narcissist, or you say, Kelsey, that didn't make sense to me, or oh my gosh, I totally agree, fire me a message. I would love to hear from you. You can DM me at Kelsey the Counsellor on Instagram. You can follow me on TikTok. You can go to my website. You can email me here, whatever you like. And I'd love to hear from you and grow this community of support for other people, because it is really tricky and challenging, and we kind of move into that place of self-doubt and self-deprecation. So what else can you do is be strong in who you are, and remember that you are a beautiful, wonderful, incredible, strong person. From my heart to yours, as always, remember your strength. Remember you can do this. Tough things come along our path, and those funny packages are full of gifts often if we can get through them. Definitely reach out for support, and know that you can rely on us here at Healing Spaces. If you need any support, we do have counseling available if you're going through something like this. Okay, you take care, wonderful people, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.